In the morning, I'll come in, sort all my admin. I always do my day plan the night before. As soon as I walk in the next day, I don't have to sit there for 20 minutes thinking what I'm going to do. And if you do it the night before, everything's fresh in your head of what's gone right and what's gone wrong, essentially, so you can build on that the next day. So that saves time in the morning. So come in, do all my admin, sort out my emails. I might build some more lists that I'm going to approach for BD, or sort out some projects and stuff on LinkedIn. Just get everything sort of lined up that I need to sort admin-wise, go back to people. And then as soon as 12:30 comes, 12:30 is 7:30 in New York, so I'll get on the phone and for an hour and a half just purely do BD, so catching managers before work. So I might be calling project leads of companies that are implementing Workday, general managers I know that are hiring and have been hard to get hold of. So I'll smash the phones for an hour and a half, and then I'll typically have some lunch at my desk for 15-20 minutes, and then assess if I need to either find candidates for roles. I'll do that. We typically split things up into sprints, so 2 hours per sprint of just focusing on one particular thing. So that might be just sourcing candidates. So right, for the next 2 hours I'm just going to find candidates for X, Y and Z. I'm just going to call through these 100 candidates here that could be just to generate leads or whatever it is, and then again assess my day and come back to more BD. But I think recruitment, there's not too many things you can do. It's a mixture of candidate sourcing, business development, but always like throughout the week you've got to build in things that are going to generate business outside of that, where it could just be like lead gen, it could just be doing some market research. And I think another important thing is to set yourself non-negotiable targets. So if you want to be successful and build a lot of money, you've got to be hitting targets that you set yourself, whether that is a certain amount of CVs you get out a day, per week, a certain amount of client calls that you have with managers. So like typically what we say here is that you've got to send out a certain amount of spec CVs per week, targeted specs. I'm not talking about bringing up 100 people and just specking absolute shit. I'm talking about
like random,
get a good candidate into a project of a company you know that would need that person. That's a targeted spec that's going to actually get a job. We typically say you should speak to 10 candidates per day and 5 hiring managers per day as a minimum. If you do that every week, that's 50 candidates you've spoken to and 25 hiring managers. If you do that every week for a month, I can guarantee you'll be successful, unless you go onto those calls and, as I said, come away with something that is either, if you're speaking to a candidate, get their permission to send them to a vacancy, get some market knowledge, get a referral of another candidate I think is good, get a lead, or get a manager or two they've worked for before. And if you're speaking to a hiring manager, don't be afraid to push them. If they're like, right, I'm not speaking to you, I'm not right, just keep pushing them and say, who is right, who can I speak to, who is right, exactly. Is there a better time for me to call you back? And then follow them up with an email saying, thanks for your time, sorry I interrupted you, I'll give you a call back at this time on that date, just so that you show that you're on top of things and good at what you do.